Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be focusing on finding missing angles within a triangle. We're going to show that mastery by scoring at least an 80% on an exit ticket. Hopefully you have the note sheet in front of you. If you don't, take out a sheet of paper and we'll get you a fresh copy tomorrow. Now, when it comes to finding angles within the triangle, we're going to talk about two different theorems. First, the triangle sum theorem. And what that means is every angle inside a triangle, so angle A, angle B, and angle C, must add up to 180 degrees. No matter the type of triangle. It can be an equilateral, it can be an isosceles, an acute, a right. It does not matter, but it has to add up to 180 degrees. Now, the exterior angle theorem. An exterior angle, first of all, exterior is outside, is formed by extending any one side of the triangle. So if I look at this picture, I extended the base of my triangle out. So that makes 1 my exterior angle. Now, if I add the two opposite interior angles together, so in this case I would add angle 2 and angle 3, I will get angle 1 on the outside. Now, we could also use angle 2 and 3 to find the missing angle and then find 1. Either way works. This is just a little bit of a shortcut. So, if we look at some of our practice problems. Our first one, we're looking for angle 1. Well, I have 24 degrees in the top and 37 degrees in the bottom. I'm going to call angle 1 x. So I can say x plus 24 plus 37 equals 180. Well, if I combine like terms, that becomes x plus 61 equals 180. Subtract 61. And x is going to equal 119 degrees. And double check your math. It's a simple 2-second step. If x over here is 119, add all three of them up and make sure they actually equal 180. That way you can make sure your math is still correct. Now, if we look at example 2, angle 1 out here is my exterior angle. So I'm going to add the two opposite interior angles together. So 76 plus 52 equals angle 1. Well, that means 128 equals angle 1. Now, let's check ourselves. If I were to solve for the green x, I would say x plus 76 plus 52 equals 180. So x plus 128 equals 180. X then is going to equal 52 degrees. Well, if I replace x with 52, those two angles form a linear pair or a straight line. Well, if those two angles add up to 180 degrees, I can now say 180 minus 52 is going to equal angle 1. Well, 180 minus 52 does equal 128. So either way will get you the same answer. So if you happen to forget the exterior angle theorem and you have two angles, you can still find your missing angle. If we look at example 3, now we have the one interior angle and we have the exterior angle. So again, these two added together give me my exterior. So angle 1 plus 79 equals 104. Well, if I do basic algebra, if I subtract 79, angle 1 is equal to 25 degrees. Now, again, if you forgot that those worked, these two, my blue x, make a linear pair. So I can say x plus 104 equals 180. Well, if I subtract 104 on both sides, x is going to equal 76. Now, I can say angle 1 plus 79 plus 76 equals 180, because that's how many degrees are in the triangle in total. If I combine my like terms, angle 1 plus 155 equals 180. Subtracting 155 on both sides, angle 1 equals 25 degrees. And if we look, that's the same answer that we got above. So either way will work. And they have to give you multiple angles. They can't just give you one angle and expect you to be able to figure it out. So make sure you're double checking on all that. Now, if we look at example 4, now we have two triangles together and we got to find 3 different missing angles. So, it looks like a lot, but it's not too bad. In this case, I'm going to start with angle 1, and that's going to be my red X. I'll do them in different colors so they stand out. Well, if I look, I have a triangle. So I'm going to say X plus 66 plus 84 equals 180. Well, that becomes X plus 150 equals 180. So that means X is going to equal 30 degrees. So angle 1 is 30 degrees. Now, from here, if I look at my second triangle, I'm missing 2 different parts. But if I look at these 2 right here, and I'm going to call angle 3 my blue X, they make a linear pair. So X plus 84 equals 180. That means X is going to equal 96 degrees. Well, now I have a second angle. Now I can make my second triangle, and 2 is going to be my green X. Well, now I know I have X plus my blue X at the bottom we know is equal to 96, plus 43 needs to equal 180. Well, that becomes X plus 139. So that means X is going to equal 41 degrees. When you're missing multiple angles, it does look a little overwhelming because there's a lot of blanks and a lot of numbers, but take it one step at a time. Try and solve for the missing angle that you can solve for. Don't try and create these crazy algebraic equations to solve. Make basic algebraic equations and solve them from there. Now, the last one that we're going to look at together, number 5. Again, I'm going to do it in multiple different colors so you can see what's going on. Now, if we start by looking at this, we don't have 2 written out angles in one triangle. But if I look at this big triangle right here, we know that that box in the corner means it's a right angle, so it's 90 degrees. That's a given angle. So now I can find angle 1. Well, X plus 90 plus 43 equals 180. So X is going to be equal to 47 degrees. Make sure you use all the clues given to you. That box in the corner is an angle. Even though it's not written in numbers, it still stands for something. Well, now I can look up here and I have a linear pair. So if I have a linear pair, X plus 43 equals 180. That means X needs to equal 137. For angle 3, now we have 2 angles in this triangle. So now I can just find my missing side. I know my blue X is 137. They give me 12, and I'm going to call 3 my green X is equal to 180. That becomes 149 plus X equals 180. And the board doesn't want to work, but that's all right. We know that X is going to equal 31 degrees. And again, double check yourself by adding up all the angles in the triangle. It will work, and it must add up to 180. If it doesn't add up to 180, it's not correct. Please bring these notes and any questions you have to class tomorrow. We'll continue going over some of these problems and some other problems in class. I look forward to seeing you then.